I can't believe we lost all that good conversation about chairs.
They're gonna miss out.
I liked our intro before.
I know. We can do it again.
Okay, jingle, jangle, jingle, jingle.
Oh no. Oh no.
You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. Hello, hi, welcome to Monster Masquerade. I didn't say the name of the show last time, so maybe it's a good thing that we had to restart the recording.
Yeah, and I'm Mint.
I'm Faye. Spoiler warnings for this episode, but like for real this time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we recommend oh hey, maybe check out the movie before you listen to our episode. This one is one for sure where it's like, don't spoil it.
Yeah.
Don't spoil it. You're going to have so much more fun if you come back later.
It's way more fun if you come back later.
Today, we're going to be talking about Better Watch Out. It's a Christmas scary. One of our patented Christmas scaries.
Our patented Christmas scaries.
We came up with the movie. We wrote and directed it.
I would never write this character.
No, you know what? You're right. We didn't. We executive produced this movie. We traveled all the way down to Australia.
Totally been there.
And we told Chris Peckover, we were like, here, you do this movie because we don't want to.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This movie is a trip.
It really is.
I'm kind of glad that we're doing it back to back with Barbarian because it is too I guess December is our plot twist heavy month.
Oh yeah, I love a good twisty.
It's real good.
I'm gonna call them twisties now. I've never called them that before, but now I am. I love a good twisty.
This movie is about a babysitter and her young charge and his best friend. Mm. And if you haven't seen the movie, stop listening, go watch it, and then come back.
We'll give you a minute.
Yes, exactly. 1 minute of silence, please.
Okay, I'm not actually going to do that.
Bum, 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 bum. I wanted to watch a Christmas scary movie. We have not seen Santa's Sleigh yet, but I'm sure we will get to that someday.
Apparently he's hot. My friend went. That's the one in theaters, right?
No, that's the one with Goldberg.
Oh, no.
David Harbour is Santa. I forget what that one's called.
What's the one that's out right now?
That's that one. That's the David Harbour one.
Yeah, I just know my friend went and saw it and she was like, Santa's hot.
There is no Santa in this one, unfortunately.
No Santa.
You know what's cracking me up? I have the IMDb page pulled up for this movie just to look and see if there's any fun trivia. I did not do a ton of research for it because I figured we would just talk because there are a lot of feelings associated with this movie, mostly anger, I would say.
Annoyance.
But Patrick Warburton, also known as the voice of Kronk, his profile picture in IMDb is him dressed as the Tick, which it's a good role of his, but I don't think it's his most iconic, and it is a very far away picture of him so that you can definitely see the Tick titty and abs.
That's amazing. Who picks that?
I don't know. I'm looking at the rest of the cast and it's red carpet photo and professional headshot, and then it's just Patrick Warburton is the Tick.
Who picks this out? I'm going to Google that while we talk.
So yeah, I spoiled this movie for you ahead of time.
You did. Just a little.
I kind of regret that a little bit.
I I would have figured it out pretty fast.
And it's still like my spoiling could not cover the full extent of just how much happens in this movie.
Well, and you didn't even spoil it. You just said you hate the young Sheldon kid.
I did.
And
yes.
I would have hated him either way. But, like, I could just tell. Like, at the beginning, I was like, no.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Wait. Pause.
Oh?
Their agents pick the photo on IMDb. Yeah, that's great.
That's fun. That's so good.
Yeah, it says usually their agent picks it, and then the IMDb editors, have to decide if it's appropriate or not.
I do like that, makes it even better.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, back on topic here.
So yeah, this movie is about a little shit named Luke, who is a very spoiled brat, and he goes on a murder spree because he thinks he's Hannibal Lecter. That's like the basic like plot of this, essentially. And you find out over the course of the movie like how much he has thought about this and just like how out of touch he is. I don't like to like throw around the term like sociopath and stuff because I feel like that gets co-opted by a lot of like true crime folks like unnecessarily. Mm-hmm. But this kid, he's got some issues.
Yeah, he's a real creep. I hate him so much. And he's like 12, right? 15, 12?
He's 12,
baby.
Yeah.
He's a baby. And he's acting like he's like drinking alcohol and like trying to get with his babysitter. And I'm like, child, sit the heck down. What are you doing?
His best friend is smoking the weed.
Yeah, what 12-year-olds are doing? You know what? I have a bunch of new coworkers who are young. And they talk about like smoking weed when they were like 14. And I'm like, your poor brains. Oh my God. PSA, I'm not going to tell y'all what to do with your lives. But if you're a child, don't. You need those brain cells later. You need them. Yeah.
And judgment calls are not usually like handled super well by younger folks, I would say.
Yeah, no. And these 12-year-olds are a good example of that.
Yes.
Because, oh boy.
So this movie takes place around Christmas time. Our lead character's name is Ashley. She's 17. She's about to move, but I couldn't tell if it's because she graduated or if she just like needed a change of scenery, because like at the beginning, she's talking to her, like, presumably ex or, like, current boyfriend, but things are rocky.
Yeah.
So she's got one last gig babysitting Luke, who has known her, I guess, forever.
Yeah. And the family. The parents are weird, too.
This whole family's a little dysfunctional. They put the fun in dysfunctional.
They're all trying to date the babysitter, like, all of them. It's odd.
And the parents are so mean to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're trying to get ready for a Christmas party, and Patrick Warburton is just, like, feeling the Christmas spirit, and his wife is like, that tie is gay, or, like, just, like, it's so wild, like...
He's like, that's embarrassing. Like, what?
Like, no wonder Luke is like unhinged. His parents are so I don't even know what it is. This stammering that I am doing, that is like the entire it's like how my brain works when I watch this movie.
Yeah.
The first time I saw it, I didn't know anything, and I just remember getting so fucking angry.
It's so funny.
I'm trying not to, because like I don't want to be one of those people that are just like, oh, I hate kids because they're kids. Like, that's not.
Oh yeah, I hate when people are like that.
That's not me. But God, this one specific kid.
You can hate a specific child. Well, that sounds bad. You can hate a specific child.
Like, we got to do something about this. Like, I don't know. Put him somewhere where he can think for a long time. I don't know.
Probably like an institution.
The movie starts off pretty normal, aside from the weird parents, and everybody wants to get with this babysitter. Luke is devising a plan. Have you ever seen The Babysitter, the Netflix movie The Babysitter?
No, I haven't.
It's a lot. The beginning is kind of similar. Actually, these have a lot of similar things, except I really, really dislike The Babysitter because it's
I
awful.
thought maybe the twist could have been like the babysitter in this movie like was the actual murderer. Like she was gonna do murders. But then I was like, no, they're probably not gonna kill children.
That's
Probably.
the Netflix one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's got Samara Weaving, and I love her.
Yeah.
Also Australian.
So the Australians and their babysitters.
You can't trust an Australian to babysit your children. Yeah, he is devising this plan with his best friend Garrett, where like he knows it's his last chance to like make a move. Like I don't even know what his intentions are really. Like, is he just trying to get a smooch? Does he want her to be his girlfriend?
Graphic about what they were. He's like, I want to show her a scary movie, blah blah. And they talk in detail a lot about like sexual stuff. These like 12-year-olds. And I'm like, what is happening here?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
So yeah, he's reading like a blog, I think, about like how to catch chicks.
What is it? He's got no riz. He's got no riz.
We're led to believe that his plan is just to watch a scary movie and then that'll get her adrenaline kicking and she'll like fall in love with him. But beyond that, he has a plot. The first twisty is that he's going to fake a home invasion with his best friend Garrett. So we get a lot of like early like slasher stuff, right? Like the phone is ringing and there's nobody there, and also the door is open. You know all the things in that one episode of SpongeBob.
But nobody ordered it.
Nobody did, and it's got mushrooms, even though he hates mushrooms. So yeah, they're watching this movie and they hear a noise outside. There's also a creepy light up Santa that I actually enjoy very much. That keeps getting moved.
I love the creepy Santa. I love a good creepy Santa.
Yes. All this is happening while Luke is like popping champagne and trying to convince his babysitter to get drunk with him.
It works. She like humors him.
And show that he's a man.
I don't get why she humors this kid. That's what I don't get. She's like, I love you. You're so smart. And I'm like, stop. He's clearly being weird.
The point where she's like, if I was your age, I'd date you. Like, you're sending him the wrong message.
Don't say that.
I don't know if there's a lot of like things that this movie could be commenting on. Peek among them, it might be like toxic masculinity.
I'm sorry.
This movie is all about the video game Among Us. New hide and seek mode is in first person. If you think about it, the part where they're running around trying to hide from the murderer is a lot like an Among Us game.
Yeah, a lot, yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm sleepy. You can't do this to me.
I'm sorry. Just my brain instantly is like Among Us.
We got the sleepover energy today.
We do. That's how this movie makes you feel. It's a big sleepover movie.
Yes. So yeah, this movie could be talking about a lot of things. One of those, like, without a doubt, could be toxic masculinity. Because there is the whole idea that Luke has that he needs to be this ultra macho guy, because that's who he perceives that Ashley is attracted to with the kinds of people that she dates. And so he needs to be better and more of a man than them. And also, like, he's ready to grow up and do all this stuff.
Be a man.
And then there's also, like, a smaller bit of, like, kids these days are so entitled and they got no filters with what they can find on the internet that it'll lead them to violence. Which, like, in this specific instance, I'm like, yeah, sure. But, like, most of the kids, 99% of the kids that I have met would not do this. So,
yeah,
like,
I don't know any kids that would do this.
Yeah, so, like, you know, is a little. It's a little.
Get off your dang phones.
Yeah, it's a little. It's like that one. Have you seen that one TikTok where where the person is like, they call them Zoomers, but they should call them zombies because they're always on them phones, and they're like completely serious. It's like that a little bit. It's very cringy. Leave children alone. Like they're doing their best. The world is hard. Every reaction to that TikTok is just like, what is wrong with you? Like,
shut up.
What are you doing? But yeah. Anyways, I forgot what were we talking about. The movie.
Yeah, she's babysitting. They're popping champagne, watching a scary movie, but then she has to go take a call from her boyfriend. Not boyfriend, the guy she's talking to.
Yeah.
Whatever. She goes and talks to him, and he gets all like mad about it. And he starts like chugging champagne.
And it's so uncomfortable too. Like at least like when he like puts his hand on her leg, she's like, like no, like
yeah,
get that
he
off.
Like cuddles her. He like puts his head on her shoulder, and it's like, dude. I just want to smack him across the room the whole time.
Yes.
Just like.
So the back door is open, and Luke goes back there. I don't know what happens. Garrett shows up. He tackles Luke at one point, and he's like, "Hey, I'm here now." And then they start to hang out, and then they think that the house is being broken into. And they think Garrett gets shot because he runs into the backyard where they set up a tripwire with like a paintball or airsoft gun.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, get down, Mr. President, and just like takes him out. So they're already convinced in the first like 20 minutes the child is dead. But then Ashley puts together the context clues that like, nope, here's twist. Is this twist number 2? I guess.
Twisty number 2.
Or was this twist number 1? I've already forgotten my counting
there
system.
hasn't been a twist yet.
This is twist number 1. The home invasion is fake.
Fake.
And she gets
womp.
Real pissed off, like genuinely, because Garrett is walking around with a shotgun.
A real shotgun.
And at one point, Luke like goes and gets his dad's handgun. Like there are real weapons in the house, and she is like fully convinced that she's gonna have to Laurie Strode it and like kill this dude. So like it could have gone bad in any number of ways.
Yep.
So she starts like telling him off, and she's like, "What kind of child would do this to get to second base? Like, you're out of touch, my dude."
Yeah, she roasts him. Like, she super roasts him.
It's like warranted. Probably should have happened a lot sooner before this.
Whenever he was trying to feel her up, maybe.
Yeah.
Potentially. Would have been like,
sure.
Hey, I'm gonna call your parents and go home. Bye.
Yeah, so she goes to, her cell phone, he threw it in the fish tank because he's...
Got bad aim?
He's either pretending to be drunk or he did it intentionally. And so when she goes to get the home phone so that she can call his parents and be like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
If that happened, what would be the mod? If you were babysitter...
Leave house.
If you were a babysitter, how much money would you need to do?
A lot of money. I would leave house, call parents, make police report. Yes. I don't take going to police lightly, but that's like no. Nope.
So yes, twisty number 2. He's yelling after her, and he calls her name, and she turns around and is like, "What?" And then he knocks her out. He pistol whips her, and she falls down the stairs. Twisty number 2. This is fucked up.
Yeah, it gets so fucked up. Like, there's a point we'll talk about when we get there where it gets like extra fucked up, and I was not expecting it. I don't know. I didn't think he was going to actually go through with murders. Credit
to the character of Ashley. One, I think Olivia DeJonge, who played her, apparently had a lot of say in Ashley's character, so much so that they went and rewrote some stuff to like add to the backstory that she had come up with and like made her a bit more independent and all that good stuff.
That's good.
Throughout the course of this movie, she keeps like a pretty level head, and like multiple times throughout is like, okay, dude, this is the line. Like, if you cross it, we can't go back. Like, the number of times she has, like, tried to diffuse the situation and it could have ended better. There's so many times.
She's really good at diffusing, but he's just horrible.
He's an awful, awful child. The kid who played Luke was in that terrible Pan movie right before this, and it's very funny. Maybe maybe the critics like response to him in Pan is what fueled his drive with this character.
That's rage.
Olivia de Jong and the guy who plays Garrett, Ed Oxenbould, were in the M. Night Shyamalan movie The Visit together. So they played siblings.
I still haven't seen
that movie. Is wild. That's another twisty movie.
Is it good?
It's one of his better ones, I would say. Like,
that one's a newer one, right?
So I've heard it's probably better than Old. It's probably not as good as like Signs or The Sixth Sense, if I had to guess.
Okay, maybe I'll watch.
Probably better than The Happening.
Oh, I freaking hate that movie. Two of my least favorite horror movies: The Happening, The Boy. Like, those are my bottom two. Can't with those.
M. Night Shyamalan, if you ever want to be on the show, like, please, I would love it. Just putting that out there. I know he listens.
I know he does. I'm sorry I've said so many mean things, M. Night Shyamalan. I'm so sorry.
So she tells him that he needs therapy, and I think that's what, like, sets him off, because she gets knocked out by him.
Yeah, she's like, you got mommy issues or something like that, and he like freaks out.
He sleeps with the womb sounds.
Yeah.
The like, I don't know. It's like wet heartbeat.
I love to sleep to the sound of wet.
It's the sound that like babies hear, I guess, while they're chilling, developing, I guess. It's so weird. This kid is so weird. Like, so she wakes up and she has been duct taped to a chair, and I think Garrett is already like kind of uncomfortable, but he's still like very much on board with it for the most part.
Yeah, he thinks they're just goofing, but he's also like, you can tell he's kind of scared. He's like, I can't really cross this guy.
Yeah, Luke is not a good friend. He's not a good friend at all.
No.
So she wakes up and they start playing Truth or Dare because, again, he's a 12-year-old child.
That's all he can think of.
And it's like, it's so uncomfortable because he like starts asking her like, oh, how many guys have you slept with?
Yeah. And she's like, none. And he's like, that's bullshit.
And she's like, it's so sad too, because she's like, no, I broke up with that dude because he was lying and said that we had sex together.
Yeah, it's sad.
Which I don't. Is the guy that she's talking about there Billy from Stranger Things, or is that a different?
Yes.
Okay.
It's that guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spoiler: Billy from Stranger Things is in this, and he's such a Chad.
He looks like such a Chad. That man is attractive, but I'm not, like, he's not my type, but he's attractive. I can't explain it.
He's not attractive in this one.
No, but, like, he's still got the face.
Yeah.
And about that face.
So they're doing Truth or Dare. At one point, he gets a boner because Garrett tells him to touch her boob.
He does. She's like, okay. He's
like, how do you like that? While this is going on, her boyfriend Ricky shows up? Yes?
Yeah. He shows up.
The dude that she's been on the phone with, like, for most of the evening shows up because she just stopped responding at this point, I guess.
No, he said that she texted him to come.
Oh, okay, yes.
But she's like, no, I didn't. My phone was in the water. And that's where she's like, what the heck?
So I guess
you told him to come, and then that's when Garrett's like, that's his name, right? The friend. Yeah. He's like, wait, you wanted him to come here? Mm-hmm. Like, you're a freak. Like, he starts turning on his friend a bit. Like, he's like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, like it was just supposed to be the three of us. Like, why is there another person here? Mm-hmm. So then, yeah, Ricky starts to look for Ashley, and then Luke tries to knock him out with a baseball bat, but he can't at first. And so
He's a baby.
because he's a child, and Ricky gets up and he's like, dude, what the fuck? And he like starts trying, he like goes to beat up Luke, and then Garrett shows up with the shotgun. Oh, he also gets stabbed in the cheek with a pencil.
Oh yeah, that hurts with a pencil.
He Joker
Because
him.
Luke has been, quote, sleepwalking, so they put a pencil on his door to see if he left or not, which is important.
Was that revealed as fake, or does he actually do that?
It was revealed as fake,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
He faked sleepwalking to, like, do some shenanigans.
Okay. Oh, yeah. There's a couple of things that, so this, and then we also find out that Luke killed Garrett's hamster, like, intentionally,
Mm-hmm.
which is not a great sign, because I think that's a serial killer thing, right?
That is,
Yeah.
yeah. Even IRL, outside of movies. It's not good if a little kid is doing murders to little animals.
Yeah, so they're already on thin ice, and so but he doesn't want his friend to get hurt because he thinks that Luke is his friend. So he goes to protect him with the shotgun, and then Luke actually knocks him out with the baseball bat, and then they have him tied up. They tie him up next. And while that's going on, because they're busy with Ricky, Ashley unties herself with, I think, a shard of glass.
Yeah, she, like, cuts the rope.
I think she like cuts her hand on it too a little bit.
Yeah, she's like bleeding everywhere.
She's hardcore.
She is. I like her.
It's good. It's good. That, if nothing else, I do like. It's kind of like Barbarian, where I like watching. I like the experience of watching this movie, and I like Ashley's character a lot as it develops. Like, I feel a little weird that she isn't like more firm with her boundaries, but she's also technically a child.
17.
So like,
yeah, she's acting like how a 17-year-old might act.
Yeah, for sure.
I like this movie, but I'd like to watch other people's reactions to this movie because it's like, what the heck? But like, I mentioned to my coworker I was going to watch it. And he was like, it's a movie. So I was like, oh no, what does that mean?
I was looking at reviews today, and like most of the audience reviews that I read were like, this movie's really good, but it made me so fucking angry throughout it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, big same.
Same. I was so mad.
So yeah, here comes twisty number 3, because like we mentioned, Ashley told them that they could like still walk it back a bit if they like put everything back and apologized, and like no one would have to know.
Yep.
But then as she's walking into, I guess as she's like cutting herself free, they have tied up Ricky, and they're gonna try to Home Alone him because they were having an argument over whether the paint can, like that scene from Home Alone, whether or not that would actually kill somebody.
Yeah.
I think they mentioned, did they do that in Mythbusters?
Yeah, they mentioned Mythbusters, but I don't know if they did it in Mythbusters for real, but they mention it.
Yes, they also talk about sex with Adventure Time characters.
Oh my god, for like a really long time. Oh, I had deleted that from my brain. For like a really long time.
Uh-huh.
They're like, they're like, I would pick Princess Bubblegum because she'd be sticky. And I don't understand. It hurts.
They don't know anything about sex.
I know.
Like, they think they do because of internet. But
I just
like,
was sitting there in horror. Like, I was like, yes, this is a horror movie because this whole scene is awful. I was like, it's so bad. They went into so much detail. And I was just like,
these could be conversations that kids, preteens are having, but like, I don't know, there's also a level of detail there where I'm like, what
I was not having conversations like that at all.
Yeah, for sure. Luke is testing the Home Alone. He's strung up some paint cans and he is like swinging them, and they're missing Ricky, and he's having a good time, and Garrett is like, dude, like, this is kind of fucked up, like, maybe we shouldn't do this. And then, like, as soon as Ashley walks into the living room, the paint can, like, smashes into Ricky's face.
Yeah.
And we don't actually get to see the impact, but, like, the sound effect that gets used there is real nasty.
Yeah, it's implied his head is pretty much gone. Like, decapitation.
There's a huge mess of, like, paint and blood everywhere. So twisty number 3, they have killed a man, and Luke is fucking loving it. Ba da ba ba ba.
He thinks it's so funny. Ugh. He gets like grosser and grosser. Wait, he's way too excited.
Yeah, it's real. It's so. And Garrett is, I think, at this point, traumatized.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. He's traumatized.
At some point, Ashley gets one of the guns.
Yeah, and Garrett's also drugged. He gave him like a painkiller or a muscle relaxer. I can't remember, but like
I think he's on Oxycontin. Is what they say.
That's what it is. Yeah, he gave him Oxycontin, so he's drugged and traumatized. I think that's why he was like chill with the truth or dare scene, because I think he'd already taken it at that point.
Oh, that's right. Because his brother is into the weed.
Yeah.
And so that's where he got it. And so he starts like smoking it while they have Ashley tied up.
And he gets onto him.
And Luke is like, my parents are going to kill me if they smell smoke.
Yep.
And so he says that is why Ricky had to die, is because they had to plant the weed, the marijuanas on Ricky.
Yeah, because that's the problem here. The marijuana, not the...
Oh, Ricky also pisses himself intentionally.
Oh, yeah. That was great.
I forgot about that. They're like tied up in the kitchen for a little bit. The other good thing about this movie is that whenever Luke like screams, like 9 times out of 10, his voice cracks.
It's so good. It's so funny when he's like talking about doing murder, like trying to be like a man, and then his voice cracks. It's so funny.
They make him smoke, and the smoke comes out of the hole in his cheek from where Luke stabbed him with the pencil.
Ugh.
And they think that's super funny too.
Ugh.
And then they kill him.
Yeah. It gets really fucked up from there on out. What even happens next? They get the other boyfriend there.
Yes, eventually. There's the carolers, the people that are singing outside. Yeah. And she like tries to go for help, but then he throws a brick at her. He Home Alones her in another way.
Oh yeah, 2 Home Alone references. That's pretty funny.
So she makes it outside, and then he throws the brick, and she like gets knocked out. And I think we have one of those like, one of the carolers turns around, but they didn't hear or see anything. Yeah,
they're like, what was that? Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's supposed to be like a really good neighborhood. Like, oh, it's probably nothing. Blah blah.
Right. It's like, who are they singing for then? Are they just singing at a closed door? Because I feel like if somebody was on the porch, like they would have seen something.
I don't know, because didn't they say nobody was home around them too?
Yeah, I think they were like, no, wait, I'm thinking of Krampus. Because like in Krampus, one of the families is like in Florida, and
oh yeah, I think that Luke mentions that like no one is home around too, though.
Or maybe it is this one.
A little continuity issue, but meh.
Yeah, that's also a Home Alone thing, and also a Krampus, and
yeah, like how did no one hear? No one was home at the time.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she gets knocked out and tied up again, which sucks.
It does.
Sucks in a major way. Like we mentioned, Garrett is traumatized, so at this point, he just kind of hangs out inside the house, like coming to terms with the fact that he is complicit in a murder. And then, like you said, he essentially accuses Luke of being like, you wanted him to come over so you can murder him. Like,
which I don't know if I'd be accusing the murderer of wanting to do murder. I would be trying to get out of there.
Yeah, that's when he flips it, and he's like, no, this is your fault, Garrett.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, while she is knocked out, they call Billy from Stranger Things.
They call Billy from Stranger Things.
I can't remember his name.
Jeremy.
Oh, okay. So they call Jeremy, and he pulls up. And he pulls up to the. He walks in through the backyard.
He's got like a sideways hat on. He's like,
yeah. He's one of those guys. You probably knew a guy like him in high school. I know I did.
I did.
So yeah, Jeremy shows up, and Luke meets him outside. And he's like, where's Ashley? And he's trying to get inside, and Luke is like, she doesn't want to see you. And he's just like not playing this child's game.
He hates this kid though.
Yeah, like, he doesn't like him.
He even like texted back like, you're at that fucking weirdo kid's house or whatever. Like he did not like him.
I forgot about that. That's
Yeah.
probably why Luke takes like extra enjoyment out of this next
because
part.
this guy probably hated him the whole time they were dating. Like he's probably like, that kid is weird, which he's not wrong.
Right. He tries to get him to write the letter at first, and he's like, no, like, fuck you. Like, I'm just going to go in and talk to her.
Smart.
And then Luke is like, well, she's not going to talk to you unless you write this apology letter first. And so he's very smug. And he spent so long writing this letter that's essentially just like, sorry, I was a asshole. Like,
yeah, it's so stupid.
Like, that's it. Like, it's very basic. And then while he's writing that letter, Luke puts a noose around him that is hooked up to a lawnmower.
Yeah, like a riding lawnmower.
He sets it to go, and it like pulls him up the tree, which is wild.
It's brutal.
It's yeah. So you gotta watch this guy get choked out.
He's fighting it too.
Which, like, I don't know how he would. How would Luke even like come up with that?
Just not a good person.
I guess so. That scene is kind of fun. Like, leading up to that is kind of funny.
The scene is funny
because you could see like this part like not going to Luke's plan. Like, everything could have been sabotaged if Jeremy had just been a little bit more of a dick.
Yep. I think like I could almost call this whole movie dark comedy. Because there's like some very funny stuff, but like people die pretty brutally. But it's definitely funny at times.
I think by the nature, kind of like Barbarian, we were talking about, like, there's a lot of like small but brutal things. Like, most of the practical effects or most of the effects are practical.
The guy who plays Jeremy is Australian also.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Sorry, I got distracted.
It's okay. And then Luke goes in the house after killing him, and he uses Ashley's phone to write on Facebook that's like, Jeremy's really freaking me out. I wish exes would just disappear or something like that. Twisty number 4, his plan was to make it look like Ricky came over when he wasn't supposed to. Either to smooth, I don't know. That's like a thing, right? Like, babysitter invited their significant other. Like, what are you gonna do?
They're gonna smooch.
His alibi is that Ricky came over, and then Jeremy drove over, killed Ricky in a fit of passion, and Ashley, and Garrett, I guess, in a little bit. Well, no, Garrett isn't after that. Ignore that. Garrett's not part of the plan yet.
No, he's not. But like, why would Jeremy have come over to hang himself? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Because did she invite him too?
I think so. But
no, that's what. Yes, okay, I remember. He calls Jeremy from the home phone and is like, "Hey, like, Ashley's really upset and she wants to see you.
Yeah,
like, come over." And that's when he's like, "Oh, is she at that weird fucking kid's house?" Like, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I feel like that phone call would have... Well, it's the house. He's supposed to be asleep, I guess, in his alibi. So, like, maybe she could have made the call.
She could have made the call, yeah.
Or maybe, like, I don't know. Either they were, in his alibi, her and Ricky were smooching, or they were fighting and Jeremy came over. I don't know. The whole thing is that he's going to pin it on Jeremy for doing the murders.
Yep. And then, like, hang himself.
Which is why he wrote the apology note. While all of that is happening, Ashley, who is still duct taped and, like, can't talk.
Just watching everyone get murdered.
Yeah, she, like, starts trying to appeal to Garrett because he is obviously, like, shocked, right?
Mm-hmm.
He eventually, like, takes the tape off of her mouth and they're talking. And she's like, "You're a good guy, Garrett. Like, why are you letting him do this?" I don't know. And then I think that's when he's like, "Oh, I'm kind of scared of him."
Yeah. Which, like, yeah.
Yeah, very, very fair. And so, like, he starts to untie Ashley and jump scare Luke fucking shoots him.
With, like, the shotgun, right?
With the shotgun, yeah.
Yeah, like in the head.
I think it's in the chest.
Oh, was it in the chest?
Yeah, because he like goes flying
Oh, yeah.
backwards and he's like, "What? You shot me!" Like, this part makes me the most angry, like, out of the
It makes me
entire
so
movie.
sad.
It's so sad because Garrett is just like the scared kid, and like literally the last thing that he says that like he wants his mom before he gets shot
Yeah.
again.
It's
Like,
so sad. He just says he wants his mom. And Luke's like, I don't care.
yeah, and
And
then
it's like,
after he kills his best friend, he's like, "Fuck you! Like, look what you made me do! Like,
he's like, you were touching her.
she's mine!" Like all like, ugh, it's so gross. It's so, god damn. He does an incredible job, but like, fuck, he
He
is
does.
slimy.
It's so gross. And then he's like, you were getting annoying anyway after he kills him. And I was like,
Just like that
They're
immediate
so
that
bad.
immediate flip where it was like,
Yeah, he
well,
didn't
Garrett was
care.
inconvenient. Like,
He just didn't care. Like, actually, they actually wrote a sociopath. Because most media, I feel like they don't. And everyone's like, that's a sociopath. No, this character is.
because like I guess if Garrett had survived, that would have been like the only loose end. Because
Mhm.
like Garrett did feel bad, and
He did.
I don't think Luke considered that a possibility because he knew he wasn't going to feel bad.
Yeah, he can't, like, imagine someone feeling bad for it. Because
Yeah.
he's like, why would you care?
So yeah, after that, he like he starts cuddling again with Ashley.
Oh, yeah. Blah. This whole part, I was just like,
But she just like freezes up and doesn't give him the satisfaction, and he gets super fucking pissed again, and he's like tell me I'm fucked up, like say something, like say anything.
He's like, insult me, tell me I need my mom, blah blah blah. And I was like, dude, this kid, oh my god. Like, oh no.
Yeah, this is the only instance where he may be like, he doesn't feel guilty, but he's like, there is something that is like making me capable of doing this and
Yeah.
not feel guilty.
He wants her to like insult him. It's just ugh.
After she freezes, he decides the game is over, and so he stabs her and is like ready for her to die. And then he starts like doing a little clean montage, and he's got his music, and he's so convinced that everything is going to go his way.
It's so gross.
It's real gross. He's got an app that is tracking his parents' location.
Mm-hmm.
I think we mentioned that they're at a Christmas party and they're headed home. So he's trying to set everything back up to make sure that it looks like, you know, his vision.
So ridiculous. And he tries to put the pencil on the door.
Oh yeah,
the
that part is
inside.
kind of funny. There's your dark
Yeah.
comedy for sure.
Yeah, oh yeah. So
he's trying to
funny.
set the pencil back on the doorknob because the idea is that like if the door opens, a pencil falls, and you will know that he's been like sleepwalking. And so he has to do it from outside and then crawl around and hop out the window and then climb on the roof. And then he knocks over the decorations.
It's so funny. He knocks them over.
And he's trying to set it up without being seen. And then he climbs back into bed and he's like, yes, I did it. And then he has to like turn on the freaking womb machine because he almost forgot that.
Creepy.
And then he pretends to be asleep, and the mom walks in, and it's just like Scream and Freaky. She starts like yelling like, "Oh my god, what happened? Where's my baby?"
I would also react that way.
It's a lot.
There's a lot of dead people in there.
It's a lot. And she finds him upstairs and
Asleep. He took his little sleepy pill. He's asleep.
Thank God nothing. What? Which like that is also a loophole. If Garrett's dead body is there while Luke is still asleep, like why was Garrett over?
Yeah, like what would he have been doing over there?
Like she saw him like quote unquote go home before they left for the party because he tried to raid their medicine cabinet for drugs.
Oh man.
But Ashley survives because she used that dang tape that she was tied up with to patch up her wound. And so she probably did super fucking pass out from shock or whatever, you know.
But she was smart. Yeah, they're like somebody's alive in his face.
Cuz his mom is like holding him in her lap.
Like my poor baby.
Kind of like he was trying to get Ashley to do earlier. Such a fucking mama's boy. It's
Yeah,
weird.
he's got mommy issues. Big time. Big time.
As she's being put into the ambulance, they make eye contact from the window and she flips him off. And
It's so good.
because, like, the moments leading up to that, before you hear that, like, she's alive, you're just sitting there like, there's no fucking way. Like, there's no fucking way he's going to get away with this.
I thought he was going to get away with it. I would have been so mad.
Because, like, he's so confident that he's going to. But nope, she lived. And then she gets put in the ambulance. And then Luke is like, hey, can we go see Ashley in the hospital? And then the movie's over.
Yeah, I don't think that would have worked out for him. I'm sure he was planning something. I don't think it would have worked.
Well, it's like, at that point, if she is in the hospital, like, her room is going to be guarded by cops or something. Like, it is well above his head at that point. Like, he does not have a plan for a hospital murder.
He's trying to plan like a Lifetime movie. That always happens in Lifetime movies where they go into the hospital room and they're like, I'm going to kill you for real.
I'm sorry, Luke, but you are the orphan.
No, he is not.
We should talk. I want
to rewatch the first one. I liked it. I need to rewatch it. I watched it when it first came out and we were like, what year was that?
Yeah, we would have been children.
I
want to see the prequel too, because that looks
2009.
Delightful.
Yeah, so that's when I saw that. I was 16.
14, yeah, that sounds right.
Mm.
Wild.
I'm old.
Orphan does not make me angry the way that this does.
No, this one makes me so angry. It's the kid. He's such a like actually little shit.
He does such a good job. I think it's also intention, right? Like,
oh yeah.
The point of the orphan is to be like, oh, I don't know what's happening. And this one is like, no, this kid sucks. And you're going to have to deal with that for an hour and a half. But God, it's fun to watch.
Yeah. And he's a good actor. Like, he does such a good job.
He did such a good job. Like,
but I wanted to punch him.
Yes. Did we watch? Was this one just the two of us? Yes. We watched this one.
It was just the two of us.
Did you expect it to get to this part? Like, I'm very curious to know what your thought process was throughout this movie.
I had an idea of where it was going pretty much at all times until they like smashed that guy's head. I didn't think it was going to be that violent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought maybe he would accidentally kill someone and then not care about it, maybe, and then like try to be covering it up and like fuck things up a lot. I didn't think he would like so intentionally be like, I'm gonna do murders.
Multiple murders.
Really thought out murders.
Like, if this would not have happened, right? But like, if Ashley had decided to be on board with his romance plan, like, would the rest of it have gone out the window? Or do you think he still would have been like, cool, got this. She's still trying to leave. Like, let's do a murder.
What would his plan have been if she had reciprocated?
I don't know. I mean,
that's gross. I don't want to think.
It's real gross, and I don't want to think about it.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah.
Like, what would he do?
I think he would have just been like, oh, yeah. I don't know. But then she would still be leaving town, so...
Yeah, I think if he could not convince her to stay afterwards, like, it wouldn't have really changed anything.
Yeah, he would have been like, you have to stay with me. And she would have been like, no. But I don't think her character would have reciprocated in any universe. So.
No, thank fuck.
Yeah. Creepy child.
But yeah, that's better watch out. God, if you watch this movie after we told you to and you're angry with us, like, good.
Yeah, it makes me so mad. I just hate that kid. I just hate him. I hope that he got arrested and put away.
I don't think there would ever be a sequel to this movie, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with this standalone thing because it's interesting.
Not need one.
And I don't think a lot, like, I know I keep comparing it because we literally just watched Barbarian, but, like, it's nice to have an isolated story that, like, you know, you can be done with.
That's true. Because even like Nope is gonna have a sequel.
Mm-hmm. But I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I'm very excited for that.
So yeah, it has a 89% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's a really good score.
Yeah, I think for the most part, people are willing to like, I think if you give child actors like good direction and they're able to take it, like, I think people are much more on board with, with like those kinds of stories. Because you do also have people who, like, anytime there is a child actor, they're automatically like, well, this is going to be shitty, which is not fair, right?
That's not fair, because these children were all amazing actors.
Mm-hmm. If a kid does bad in a movie, like, it's usually not their fault. It's usually because, like, the director or whoever was on set, like, was not able to communicate what they needed because they don't know how to talk to children.
True, yeah.
But that was not an issue here. All the kids did great. They were wonderful. I think the person playing Ashley was only like 20 or something when they filmed this. 20. I had to think about it because she's not that much. I know she is older than 17, but like it's not.
She was born in 98. How old does that make her?
I can't do this movie. This movie came out in 2016, but it was filmed in 2016. Okay. 98 to 16. 18. Wait, no. Wait, what? 16?
Math segment.
18. She would have been 18? Is that right? I don't know.
Wait, let me get a calculator. Hold on. What year was it filmed?
It's 2016. Welcome
she was
to
18.
the part of the show.
She was 18. You're right.
So yeah, so she did a very good job.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see these folks do more.
She was in that Elvis movie with Billy from Stranger Things.
I have not seen that yet.
I haven't either, but they were both in it together. He didn't play Elvis. I don't know who he played.
That's interesting.
I don't have much to add. Just, it's a good movie. I don't really want to watch it again.
No, if you decide to do a double feature with your scary Christmas movies, do this one and then Krampus.
Yes. Oh, Krampus is so good.
Is real good. It's not a very happy ending on that one though.
No.
Then you can watch Gremlins. There you go.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you're excited for next year? I don't know if we'll have any more episodes for 2022, but
yeah, I'm pretty busy until 2023. Scream.
We got that trailer for Scream 6. They're going to New York City.
New York City. Like, oh, I'm in New York. That trailer is very. I'm. Oh my god, I'm the worst. Something is wrong with my brain. I watched it. He did the like up against the wall choke thing, and I just out loud said, "That's so hot." My sister's in the room, and she was like, "Okay." Like, it is. It was so hot. I was like, "Oh, Ghostface! Oh my!"
No, that one will be really good.
What are you excited for?
I feel like I've mentioned it in like the last 3 episodes. I just need to watch X and Pearl.
Ooh, yeah.
And I need to get on that for sure.
I need to watch those. Oh, we need to go see Megan as well.
Yes, that one will be great.
I want to see that so bad. That's really soon.
Yeah, it's so good. Did you see the Twitter feud between the Megan account and the Chucky TV series account?
No.
Oh, it's so good. They were just like taking shots at each other. It was very funny.
That's really funny. I love that.
The newest season of Chucky is very good, by the way, if you haven't seen it.
Oh, you liked it? You hate dolls.
I have come around on Chucky.
Oh.
That little creep has a special place in my heart.
Character development.
Yeah, I've watched all of it.
Non-horror related, new Spider-Verse comes out next year. Yeah. We got a trailer for that recently too, and I'm very excited.
The new Pinocchio was very fun. I know that was this year, but the Guillermo del Toro.
That. Yeah, I need to watch that. I've been watching Cabinet of Curiosities as well. So good. So good.
I need to finish that one.
I've only watched the first 3 episodes because they're long. They're like an hour long.
Yes.
But they're so good. The third one is my favorite. It's very X-Files. I love it.
Evil Dead is supposed to come out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the Adam Driver dinosaur Sam Raimi film.
65.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. Like, what a weird concept.
Mm-hmm. Batista is going to be... Is that an M. Night Shyamalan movie? I think so. Knock at the Cabin.
Oh, it looks like it. Look at that cover.
It is, for sure. We could watch the scary Winnie the Pooh movie.
I don't have any good thoughts about that one.
It's not going to be good.
I love Winnie the Pooh, so this makes me... I hate it.
And then the Del Toro Haunted Mansion is supposed to come out. It's not scary,
Del Toro,
but
sadly.
I thought he was we've definitely talked about this before.
He was working on it. He was working on a haunted mansion, but they did not go with his. It's Nick Reynolds and Justin Simeon. He made Dear White People. I mean, it might still be good.
Interesting. The cast on this is wild.
It is. Oh my god. You know what I forgot that we have for 2023? We have the Five Nights at Freddy's film. Does that come out next year?
Oh my god. Matthew Lillard's attached to that now.
I know. It's so silly. When is the release date?
I don't know. I'm gonna pirate that. I'm not giving Scott Cawthon any money.
Oh, it doesn't have a release date. But I will watch it. It'll be no Willy's Wonderland. But
yeah, I hope you all have a good holiday season.
Eat lots of food.
Yes. And just take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's tough out there.
It is.
But you're doing great. Thanks for hanging out with us this year.
Yeah. Come hang out with us next year.
Yeah. We're going to watch so many movies.
Yeah. I want to record more and watch more movies.
Yeah. And also talk about things that aren't movies, I'm sure.
Yes.
There's so many. There's so much.
There's so much.
Bye.
Bye.
You have been listening to Monster Masquerade. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to let us know somewhere on the internet and consider sharing the show with a friend. If you have a suggestion or topic you'd like to see us discuss, hop on over to our Patreon to unlock exclusive bonus content and do just that. And we'd super appreciate it if you could leave us a review on iTunes. It's the fastest way to help the show grow. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you find podcasts.